Okay, what's up, people? So I'm actually gonna chuck. Well, I should be alright. So my speed loader came. For those of you who are like, oh, why do I need one of these bad boys, or do I even need one of these? You don't necessarily need one of these. However, in saying that, imagine being on the field and look, let me put myself in a position. Oh, I'm sure nothing's come out. You've got bullets flying everywhere still. You don't really have the time to go, oh, let me take this out. Let me take all my BBs out nicely. Let me just get myself ready, and let me just, the time it's gonna take for you to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's gonna take forever. So yeah, I would advise grabbing one of these for those altercations, as well as sometimes you just got a quick switch over between a game and you just want to be able to load, and this gives you that ability because I believe it has like a button that I can press, and it just loads is the long and short of it. Yeah, so I believe that's it. I'm gonna get it open for you. I went for, this probably isn't the most expensive one to be real, but I just went for a cheap one from a company called ASSO. I'm just gonna spell it ARSUK because I cannot pronounce that properly. I don't know if you guys can see it there. Haven't opened it yet. I believe we can just slide that up. On my initial sight of it, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good, but looks can be deceiving. Just comes in like this plastic film. The back seems to have some kind of instruction, so it says suitable for all types of airsoft guns, easy to fill your BBs with ball and wide mount cap. Yeah, so it does have a wide mount cap, so that should be very interesting given that a test. And it looks like you can also take it off, maybe. Yeah, do you see it comes off as well? And then it has the easy fill cap thing they were talking about. It says perfect for indoor and outdoor use, game practice, like I'm saying. BB speed loader is small, lightweight and convenient to carry, which I can agree with. It is quite light. Like, this is nowhere close to the, it's the same size near enough as my mag, just so you guys can see. It's almost the same size as my mag. However, the weight difference, this is much lighter. Like, it's literally just a plastic frame, so that's really cool. Yeah. Oh, wasn't ready for that. So it looks like it has a lock-in system as well. Right here on the side, you'll see it says to open. So if you click it, that happens. And then I can click and start speed loading. And then the opposite side, if you just press this back down and press the button, that's right there. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a small circle button. Yeah, one side will open it, and then hold it down and press the other side back in, it will close, which is really cool because most of the speed loaders I've seen prior, that little thing stays out, which can be dangerous because if I run past a tree and it's out like that, it's gonna snap my speed loader. So that's very interesting. It looks like to fill it, there's a doorway here. Okay, so yeah, there is a doorway there, so I don't know if you guys can see. You literally just have to fit your nail in between there and it opens, and then you can fill your BBs. Almost dropped it there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this filled up with some BBs, and then we're gonna try loading without the close thing, whatever it's called. I think it's called a wide mount cap without it, and then we're gonna try adding it back on and seeing how much luck we have. So let me grab my BBs, cause I got 2 clips. I got my standard Vorsk EU18 clip, and then look, fresh pack of BBs, even got the silver still on there, which is very interesting. So we'll chuck that in the bin. And guys, another thing I do want to just talk before I load my BBs is I had some old BBs. I'll actually show you them quickly as well. Let me see if any of them are doing the thing I'm talking about. I had this issue where if you leave BBs in a bag too long, they stick, and it was actually so annoying. I think I've broken them up now, but I can't remember what brand they were, but I bought these BBs, which, and I'll show you quickly. I've got BBs falling everywhere now. Boom, got it. I don't know if you can see this. It has like a red point on it. Oh, my glove is covering it. But if you can see, it has like a red point on there. Yeah, you can see that red point. I try to hold on to these because I've never seen a BB like these. Like, what they basically do is they hit and explode, but they don't just explode, they go when they do it. So I thought it was a cool thing to just buy some of them and see how they work out, but I noticed that after a little while they kind of stick together. So somebody in the comments, tell me if you think it's worth keeping them, because I think as a cool little function to have, like, it's cool to have a couple of them, because then at least when I want to try something cool with my guns, like go out and test it outdoors or something like that, it gives me the ability to do so, and get like an interesting difference from my gun, which isn't a standard function to have a BB that goes kind of thing. So I think, tell me if it's worth keeping them, tell me if it's dangerous and I'm really just damaging my gun by shooting these things through it, because I am not sure. This stuff I actually want some feedback on. So yeah, I'm gonna pause this quick and we're gonna get the beat. Well, to be honest, you know what, let's just get straight into it. You know what I'm saying? So from what I can see, and I'll try and do this close for you guys, it's like I'm just tapping them in, I guess. Whoops. Wasting BBs here. I'm gonna do it back here, cause that way I waste less BBs. Gonna have to clean up my space later, because I'm gonna have lots of BBs everywhere. But yeah, I'm literally just pouring them in. It doesn't actually say how much they hold. That's actually a good point. I should check how much they hold. Yeah, it doesn't give me none of that information, which is quite interesting. 90 rounds. That's far more than 90 rounds. It says 90 round mag. 90 round black speed loader, but 90 round? What are they even talking about? But because it doesn't look like 90 rounds that's in there. Like, if I'm to be honest, it probably looks a bit more. Like, it looks like more on the side of closer to 100. But I think what I will just do is, at some point, like as I continue using it, I'll do like a more up-to-date video where I count one by one. It probably will take me some time to drop that video, but where I count how much BBs I'm filling it with, basically, or maybe how much clips it's filled, because then I can work out the exact amount from how much clips it's been able to fill. So yeah, so I've got my, I'm gonna have BBs all around the room later, but I've got my BBs, and then as we do, I think I might even have to change my camera perspective for this one so you guys can actually see. But the long and short of it is this thing right here. I'll come a bit closer so you guys can see me. This spring right here, you want to drag it all the way down like you're seeing right here, and then you'll see like there's a little lip. I don't know if you can see how good the lighting is. There's like a lip right here that's a bit wider. Yeah, you can see it right there. There's like a lip where the clip is a bit wider at the bottom. That's where you're just going to be feeding them into, just to be clear what we're doing and how we're doing it. So I'm going to drag it back down, and for me what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the Vorsk clip first, just because that was the original. I'd love to see how the original shoots, basically. I'm going to press that little button, get that open, and then I'm going to just start feeding them in. What I will say is, make sure you've got a good little grip on that spring, because where I'm in gloves today, I've noticed it's a bit more harder to grip the spring, so I will say that. Okay, so far so good. Move that down. Okay, I see it. I feel like the only thing I would say is with these, especially with these Glock springs, is you have to be careful, because as much as the speed loader is useful, what you don't want to happen is you load them wrong, and then what you have is a gun feeding issue. So all the fiddling you see me doing, it doesn't actually have to be this hard, but this is just me. I think I might even take off the gloves to make my life a bit more easier. In theory, you should do this stuff with tactical gloves, because then it's not so harsh on your fingers as well. I can't be asked to take out my tactical gloves, because you see how easy I was able to just grab that with just my fingers. So hold the mag upside down, and then I'm just going to continue feeding maybe 2 or 3 at a time, which this is a lot faster. The other day I loaded my mag manually. Okay, now it's doing it. So make sure it's held down so they go in properly. Yeah, like the other day I fed this mag myself. Give me 2 secs. Let me just make sure I haven't overfed it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23. So I'm 1 under it, but I kind of like the way it sits in there, so I'm gonna leave it. That's a good amount of tension. And then I'm gonna basically do the other one. So yeah, the other day I basically filled these myself manually without a speed loader. And if I'm to be honest, it was a nightmare, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4. You really have to have nothing on your hands at that time to be doing it and enjoying it, to be honest. Yeah, so this thing, that you just see, it was like a minute, like if that, to fill it. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chuck this thing right here back on and see if there is any huge difference to how quick maybe the mag loads. I just hope I put it back on correctly. And how easy it is to load as well, being another point. Yeah, so boom, it's back on. I don't really understand why I need this, but I'm gonna give it a go. I might see straight off the top. So again, I'm just gonna drag the spring down, like you see in this mag. Springs down. And I guess how I do it is have it right there, maybe. No, okay, so that did not work. Let's try it the other way, maybe. Having a bit more issue with the WE mag. I'm not sure why. I don't understand what this is for, unless I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, do you see it? Even that's not working. That's actually making it worse. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take that thing off it, because I feel like for me, I can't say for everybody else, and we might have different preferences. But for me personally, I don't feel like it's needed. Maybe that attachment is for something else. Like I know the other day when I was using my boy's clip, he has mags for the M4, and he had like something that looks similar to that. So I'm thinking maybe for like an M4 mag, because it looks like it's got a little clip that clips onto somewhere, but I don't think that clip is for, yeah, for a Glock clip, because it just doesn't make any logical sense for me. Give me 1 sec. I think maybe I've just found what I was doing wrong. So let's chuck this back on in the correct way. And then I think you have to hold it on there and lean it. Yeah, for me that's still not working. So I think I'm just gonna remove it, guys, and go with the removed version, because if you notice how easy the other clip was to fill, so we'll try that again. So I'm gonna just remove it. No harm to anyone who uses it. I just think maybe I need some more experience using it. So I'm gonna literally just have it down again. Whoops, that was my fault. Yeah, so I would say give it, every time you're doing it, you're clicking, give it a second. But overall, clip's full. It's missing one, but clip's full. I just need to double check if I'm allowed to shoot like that, cause I don't want to damage my gun. So I might remove one, reshape it, and then do it again. But yeah, they're both filled, guys. I actually really like that speed loader. But let me pause this video cause I can hear my door knocking. Okay, boom. So I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. I had somebody at the door. So I think, like, for me, that speed loader is gonna do amazing things. You just see like tap, tap, tap. I think I had to press it like 4 times. About 4 times and it filled. So yeah, like for me, I would have to probably run into a problem with this speed loader for me to change it, because it does exactly what I want it to do. Like I said, it's basically the same size as my clip. Like, what more do you need? And my thing is, my concern on the battlefield was, because I've only got 2 clips and they both hold 23, if I'm correct, 23 rounds. My concern was, if I misloaded them, I would get less for the first. And then even at full capacity, we're only talking about, what, 40, 46. Do you kind of get what I'm trying to say? Which is, it's not the best on an airsoft field, bro. Like, you've got some man running around with like 300 in one clip. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think for me, what I would do is, I may buy a slightly bigger one of this, or I might just buy another one, fill 2 of them, which is actually a good idea. It would save me the price of buying 2 more clips. Buy 2 more of these, filled, make sure they're filled every game, because then all I'd have to do is find somewhere safe to reload, and I'm good again. And where reload doesn't take long, like I just take that out of the gun, drag that, slap, maybe slap a bit more gas in there. Do you get it? So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is, where I've got 1 clip that's misloaded by 1 shell, there's only 1 shell missing, and then there's this one which is fully loaded correctly. I'm going to basically fill some green gas, do a shoot test, and then I'll tell you guys how I feel about it. I had to take the gloves off because the gloves was doing my head in, and they kept on ripping as well. But yeah, so let me fill this up a bit more. Let me chuck some gas in that, and we shall do some kind of shooting test for you guys. Okay, boom. So a little Easter egg I wanted to do for you guys was show you my little gloves as well. They're basic airsoft gloves. I put my name on them as well, so SUA-SUO. I don't know if you can see it because of the sunlight in the room. But yeah, I didn't want to do too much to these gloves, so I literally just put my name on them. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is fill both mags quick. Just thought, let me show you the gloves then. And you're always, it's wiser to wear these, because there's like so much padding between you and the things that you're holding that you ain't gonna really damage your gun, to be real. So we'll chuck these back on. So yeah, to be honest, I feel like I've now grown into them. Before they felt a bit tight. So let's start with the Vorsk mag. You obviously have to slide this thing the other way to get access to the pin. Got my gas here. I think I spoke about this in another video. It's the V6 Vorsk 175 PSI. Yeah, low temperature consistency. Always comes with this little thing on top. That's actually to keep it safe. So you do want to keep that safe so you can chuck it right back on top. It's like an anti-press button, so you're not just releasing gas when that cap's on top of it. And yeah, from what I remember before is you literally have to put it in that little rim there. You want to center that quite some bit away from the face. I've even got my protection gloves on, and you just want to press. And that sounds quite full already, you know, which is quite interesting. Because for me, I'm like, well, that felt quite quick. That was like 4 or 5 seconds. I expected maybe a bit more longer, like maybe closer to, I don't know, maybe closer to 10, 15 seconds. But, and same thing, this is the WE mag, WE17 mag. With this one, it's a bit more harder to center, so just be careful before you apply pressure, because what you don't want to do is break your canister inside your clip, and you don't also want to break your canister because that's wasted green gas. So that doesn't feel like it's pressing properly. I think what I'm going to do is, just to be safe, they have this little button on the bottom of it, just to be safe, to make sure I'm actually filling the clip. I'm going to just take it off temporarily, just so I can actually see it properly. If you notice, I don't have that sound anymore until the green gas is full. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for when it starts to leak out the bottle now, that's when you know your clip should be full. Yeah? I'm going to literally just press that button. Hopefully slide this right back on. And then now we can do some shoot testing. I do want to try and refill this a bit more, just to make sure that that's actually full, the Vorsk one. Okay, yeah, it is. It just filled a bit too quick for me. Maybe it's got a smaller chamber, who knows. But I feel like this one, which is the WE clip, took a bit longer to do what I wanted it to do. And what we're gonna do, I'm gonna set myself up from the side, maybe from this angle, so you guys can just see the gun work as it shoots, as well as yeah, just me and the action and what I'm having to do to get the gun working, basically. I also did create one of these bad boys, a little homemade one. I'm waiting for mine to come in the post, which is basically a target, but I made a homemade one. I've put some, can I show you guys, some padding on the inside, so it's not just a cardboard box, some proper padding, just to make sure that as the BBs go in, they get caught and don't fly back out the other side and ping around the room that I'm in. And I just need to set up the distance and we'll start some shooting, guys, so bear with me. Okay, so we are back. I've got my pistol in hand. Yeah, and I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try semi for the first clip, and then we'll try auto for the second clip, right? So what we'll do is we'll use the Vorsk for this first test. This is my first time actually shooting this gun since I've got it. Like you can see, one semi. Auto's down the bottom right there. And yeah, full stock of BBs like you saw before. I'm not sure, well, I've got to cock it basically. Get a BB up in there, just so that you guys can see the gun action. Always make sure you're wearing your goggles. And I'm about 2 meters, about give or take 2 meters away. Wow, that literally bounced back and hit me. Wow. I wish I actually had one of those things to chronograph test it, because wow, the kick on that was quite interesting. Yeah, another one's in there ready to go. Let me remove the clip, I don't want it to double load. Yeah, I don't want it to double load again. Let's go again. So just so that you guys can see. Oh, but I've got to cock it, right? Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I was just trying to avoid double loading the pistol, basically. But why is it doing that? It's like it's double loading. And I don't want it to do that, because I don't want to shoot 2 pellets. I think it's because I'm doing it wrong. I should start with the pistol like this. which is actually a good idea for you guys. You sort of start with a pistol up like this, then put it in, and then you should cock it, because then there's no way of double loading the pistol that way, I find, as long as your clip's been loaded correctly. So we're gonna go again. This time I'm gonna move a little bit out of the way. Woof. Okay. Woof. Woof. Just so you guys can see. A bit close to my face though. See what I'm saying? Quite a kick. Let me clear that barrel just to be safe. Oh boy. Okay, so let's keep going. I just wanted to clear the barrel quickly, just so that you guys can see fully the gun's action. That's why I'm doing this video. I've been working on the D-low, trying to get mine, trying to get mine. I see greatness when I'm gazing in the mirror. Yeah. Water fast for a week. Now I think my clip's playing up, but I think that might be my issue because I've loaded some of them a bit wrong. Numbers don't lie like the X on Curator. Being broken frantic. Okay, let's go again. Taking all these L's, it will roll me to a winner. You can feel the pressure. Like, I've had a few of these, I've had the WE and stuff, and the kick on this is just, I don't know if it's the gas or what, but the kick on this is very immaculate. I've been working on the D-low, trying to get mine. And the accuracy is not too bad at all. Yeah man, the accuracy is really, really on point. One thing I would say is you have to aim the gun slightly lower, because of like the flight pattern, the travel pattern. It's like the bullet wants to raise a little bit, so always do aim a bit lower than your target, I would say. Yeah man, just to be safe. And I think we're all out. For first shoot, and it still feels like there's space for gas to still go. Let me see. Yeah, there's still gas in it to go. So Vorsk, your clip is good, because that's what my concern was. Would I be able to load 2 rounds, so get 46 rounds out of one clip? But we'll test that afterwards, because that was the Vorsk original clip that came with it. Then this is the one I preloaded with the dodgy load in there, so we'll see. This is an EU clip. Straight off the top, I almost got a jam there, 1 extra BB loaded into it, but that might just be where, like I said, I've dodgy loaded it. So now you see why not to dodgy load, because on that first shot, I would have, give me 1 sec. I can see it about to do the same thing again. Don't keep up with flexing, just harder we move. Till mornings to recording, cause harder we move. This summer we go up. That's the first one. Whoa. The W, well, maybe it's just because it's the first shot. But the first shot on the other clip was the same. Whoa. I have to try and keep it a bit away from my face, because I can literally feel the blowback on my face. So that's why I just want to get it in the shot so you guys can actually see. Whoa. We'll say the kick, and it's very, very accurate. Very, very accurate. I am only 2 meters away, but very accurate, I will say that. Don't keep up with flexing, just harder we move. Till mornings to recording, cause harder we move. This summer we go up, cause harder we move. Got a brown thing and she's so fine, I swear that girl be destined. She wanted to get to know me, I had to ease off of that flexing. It's midnight, we texting, let me creep in them thoughts. Heard that I'm next in. I believe I'm out, so the only thing I would say about the WE clip I'm now seeing is, when it's on empty, it won't stop the clip like how the other one stops the clip. But I think that just might be me and my edits that I've done to the clip, because I needed the clip to fit my gun and it weren't meant to. So yeah, I made my own adjustments. Straight off the top, this clip does feel very cold. So does this one as well, but this one specifically really cold. The WE clip feels really cold compared to the other clip. One thing I do want to see is on the WE clip, will it do an extra shot even after it's gone out? Yeah, so it does as well. So clearly both canisters inside this are really pretty decent, which I'm quite happy about, because that was obviously one of my concerns with buying this, like a clip that's not made by the supplier of the gun. That what would happen is when I load it, it just wouldn't hold and be able to shoot more than 2 rounds. So I think what I'm gonna do is, just for testing's sake, I'm gonna reload this one more time, and then I'm going to see if we can get a whole nother set of rounds through each clip, because I remember the Vorsk one I shot 1 extra shot, and this one I've just shot 2 extra shots, so that should give you some kind of idea of where we're at. Okay, so what I've did is loaded both clips again. Haven't added any more gas this time. Give me a sec, guys, give me a sec. Okay peeps, I'm back. Sorry about that, so many deliveries today, all in one day, it's mad. But yeah, so I managed to load both clips, ready to go kind of thing. Yeah, and I haven't obviously adjusted more gas being in there. I've left the gas from the original loadout, or the original exercise that I did before. So we're gonna run it again and see how we go this time. Okay, we're going for round 2 testing. Hopefully we have the same luck that we did on the first one. Ooh. So accurate.
Gram attention got you wanting things that's out your reach. Just meditate, don't medicate, trying to preach. Forbidden fruit, she from the tree, stay sweet like peach. Learn until the day that I die.
So accurate. Like every so often you will have to like adjust, because that one might be mad powerful and go out the way, but for me this is a lot better than the WE Gen 4. I think it's like G18, I think they call it. For me personally, like I feel like every time it kicks, I'm like, whoa. and not just that, it's like I'm watching where this has got the pellets are going, and it's so accurate. Like I said, maybe like every 3 shots you'll get one that just flies off. And it's gone a bit higher. This is what I was saying, you might have to like lower the pistol depending on where you are, but boy, let's keep going though. So accurate, man. Let's see how we're doing. I've got like 1 more shot. Yeah, so we're all out now. And if you notice, it's just done 2 clips. So for me, that's got me excited. Like, because it's just done 2 clips, and let's see if it's got more gas. Do you get it? Now it sounds like it's done. Let's see. Let's give it another go and see. Yeah, now it's sounding a bit weird, but I will say this. Let me see if I can just load it quickly with, say, like even just 2 BBs. 3 BBs, just to see if it's gonna shoot them. Just quickly. Okay, so we got a couple in there. Whoa! So you wanna be careful of that as well. So that was 2 clips and 1 extra shot. So that's what, 46, 47, and I shot 2 more times, 48, 49. 50. So 50 shots out of this bad boy. My bad, dropped my clip. You don't want to do that. 50, 51, 52, 53, Yeah. And it's still got, like, for me, that's really cool. Because that means that, in theory, if I got 50 out of each clip, that's 100 at least. And I reckon it can still go, like, let's try a couple more just to be sure, because that's really, really cool. This shows me, like, I can be confident in the pistol and the clip. What I will say, I don't know if they've adjusted, WE have adjusted the Glocks, but when I had that Glock, this was probably like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, you'd probably get one clip out of it. Like, yeah, I'm trying to say one clip and a bit. Like, maybe like you'd get your 23 rounds and maybe like 5-6 more shots if you're lucky. So to see this, Vorsk, you've done well. You've definitely done well in innovating the pistol since. This is really, I'm really pleased. We're at 50 so far right now, yeah? Do you know what? Let me flick it on auto and see. We're at 50, yeah? Whoa. It's not feeding properly. And you guys just saw that. I put on auto and it's still going. Yeah. Wow. Wow. That was, I think that was 5 more. So let's say like, it shot probably like 4 or 5 shows plus another 5. So we're about at 60, 59, 60-ish. And let's see, I reckon it still has more in it. Yeah, do you get it? Like, I reckon there's a good chance, maybe I'm capping, I might have to do a test where I test like 100 pellets out of this, but WE, standard mag, recommended. Recommended. Like, I reckon I could load it one more time and I would stay. Obviously the FPS will drop as you go through each clip in it, but I don't mind because I would just keep that conscious. Like, if I know I'm on my 2nd round of filling clips with BBs, what I would just do is like use, like, by the time I've hit 2nd round or 3rd round of pellets, yeah, because I wouldn't have refilled the gun, what I would probably do is like use it as a more closer pistol, so more go for somebody who's 5 meters away, because it's still making it. This 2 meters, I'm gonna show you the box afterwards. The box is obliterated, like it's, yeah, like I'm quite pleased, and it's like I'm saying, it's very accurate. Like, it, where I'm pointing it, it's going there or just above it. Yeah. So we're gonna try the WE clip, 2nd round. I have refilled BBs, but I have not refilled gas. With this clip, I think what I did was so always make sure that's locked in, because you have to remember they don't have the parts on 2 sides of the clip, so you always want to remember that, just so that your mag don't drop out. What am I saying? There was something I was saying. So yeah, WE, I think what we done was we got 1 round of 23, and then I shot it maybe like 3 times. I think it was like 2-3 times, so we'll call it 26 so far I've got out of it. I'm gonna leave it on auto and just see if it will make it through this whole clip, because then we could just add another clip, yeah? Just so you guys can actually see the way the gun is shooting.
Everything that goes up must come down.
Okay, so it hasn't made it all the way through, and we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. So that would be a shot 9 when it was just on auto. So 9 plus 7, what's that? I'm so bad with maths. 9, 32. So out of the standard WE mag, 32 is what you'll get out of there before your gas runs out. And then I think out of this it was like 50, and there's still more. So I think what I would actually do is maybe fill the Vorsk mag just one last time, just to see if we can get a whole clip out of it, because that's very interesting. Like, that basically dumped 2 mags. But for some reason, the WE doesn't want to dump 2 whole mags, which is fine. It's good and nicely why we do these tests, so that we know on the field what we can rely on and what not to rely on, if that makes sense. Because so far the Vorsk mag is really surprising me, like genuinely really surprising me. So I'll still go on auto, make sure we protected is on. It's on auto, yeah. Okay, so let's have a look there. So I have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 9 left, and this is the 3rd mag on auto as well. So your Vorsk, just to give you some understanding of clips, because I done a clip review the other day, maybe this should be clip review part 2. Out of Vorsk mag, I've got 2 and how much is in there? 7. So that would be what, 20, 16. So it shot 16 pellets out of the 3rd clip, which would make that, what's that, 50. I'm sure I got like 52 or something, 55. 52, I think it was like 52, I just counted, if I'm correct, plus 17, what's that, 62, 64, so 60, I'm gonna actually write that down because that's very interesting. 64, and then out of the WE clip, we got 2 mags, no it wasn't 2 mags, 1.5 mags. It was like 24 plus half of that. I literally said, I think it was 32, if I'm correct. Let me just write that down. So for me, there's a clear difference in the 2 mags. So the original Vorsk gives out double the capacity for shooting compared to the WE mag. The thing I find interesting is they're almost the same price. I think the Vorsk is 30 quid and I think the WE is 25. So for those of you who are looking for clips, clearly go original, definitely go original, because you'll get a better capacity for your gun if you've got a Vorsk gun. For me, that's a huge difference, 64 and 32. So you kind of get to like that's a very big difference. Like, yeah, that's double. So I think that's something for you guys to also keep in mind. Go original if you want double. Obviously, if you go, I call it copy part, even though it's WE, you're gonna get half the mag gas capacity. So if you've got WE mags, you're probably gonna want to run around with even like a smaller bottle of gas in one of your pockets. Then you can just refill as you please, which is probably what I would do. I'll probably buy a baby bottle just in case this mag runs out when I'm out there. But I think what I'm gonna just do now that I'm aware of that is maybe buy 2 more Vorsk ones, because with a capacity of 64, all you really need is like a speed loader and maybe like 3 of these mags and you'd actually be alright. Like, that's what, 120, 180, 184, 88, 192. That's 192 bullets with 3 of these clips. Like, that's what I'm gonna have to look into. Obviously, yeah, there's some, I'll show you, so I don't know if you can see it, it's a bit wet around them. This is where the temperature, obviously it's cold on the inside, but the outside space is a bit warmer. And I'll say the sweat is probably about the same on both of them. Give or take about the same. So, yeah. So, that is my clip test. That is my, and one thing I will say, I'm not sure, because I haven't used much different brands of BBs. I probably only used like 3-4 companies over the time I've been in this stuff. But I will say this, the shooting was very accurate. I'm gonna show you the board, but the shooting is very accurate. So, not that I'm telling what people what to buy, but I for sure will probably buy more of these. See what I'm trying to say? And the gas, if the performance that I experienced today was to do with that gas, then yeah, I'm definitely gonna invest again, because I think that's the best performance I've seen a Glock perform personally in my own hands, especially on automatic. Like sometimes it can feel like by the time you get to the end of the clip that like now gas is just releasing, whereas I didn't feel that with this. I kind of felt like it was shooting all the way through, and even then still trying to shoot, especially with the Vorsk clip. So yeah, so thank you for your time, guys. And guess what, do you know what, let me actually just show you the box before we end this video, because it is very interesting what them clips done to this box. Give me a second. Bend up your spine, love how you shine. I've been working on the D-low, trying to get mine. Trying to get mine, trying to get mine. So, I'm gonna show you. I don't know if you can see this. So accurate. I've managed to get one right in the middle. It looks like I've got like 2 or 3 here. Looks like maybe 2 or 3 there, 2 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. It looks like I put maybe a 3 or 4 through there, 1 there. This bit of the box I can literally fit my finger through. Like it's been obliterated, so I've probably got a couple. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and the BB still stuck in there. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1. Like I don't know. Like I'll let you guys decide, innit? From 2 meters away, it literally obliterated, and if you notice, almost everything except for maybe about 3 or 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Apart from those, all of them have been inside the target area, if you notice. And I reckon these ones that are outside of the target area, 1, 2, 3, yeah, so 3, 4. 4. These ones that didn't hit the target area, I reckon are literally just where, like, remember I said to you, I think every 3 or 4 bullets on semi, I found that you would see one bullet just kind of fly off, and I think it's just maybe where the pressure of it coming out the gun doesn't really allow it to stay straight. It will gain some kind of height, which is, if I'm to be honest, it's kind of normal with airsoft pistols or guns in general. I remember even when I was in that first game, I was kind of in a position where, like, I think it was an M4 or something like around them lines. It was like a rifle, and this is electric, so there's no gas to do with it. And I found myself in a position where every so often I'm watching where the bullets is actually going, and you would see it kind of flies off similar to this. So I think it might just be the power and maybe the length of the barrel. So maybe long term I might look into extending back the barrel, or something of that kind of format, just to get some kind of performance difference. But yeah, man, boy, you guys can see my reactions in the video, and none of it is fake. I'm not here to sell you the Vorsk pistol. I'm just doing so much reviews on that specific pistol just because this is what I've chose to use as my chosen primary or secondary weapon. So I thought, you know what, let me share that experience with other people who are on their own airsoft journey, trying to figure out what pistols are good and whatnot. But yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. Yeah, that's it for today, guys. Have a good one. This is Airsoft Special Ops, and this is your Vorsk EU18 review and clip review, as well as BB testing and gas testing, as well as accuracy testing. Because like I said, for me, from 2 meters away, like 2 meters is obviously a decent span of space, but that's pretty good. Like, this has me wanting to go out to the fields maybe on the weekend, maybe in a week or 2, and actually test this outside, because this is quite interesting. Like, do you know what I'm saying? If it could achieve this same output outside, when I get the body for it, it's gonna be amazing. But yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm quite pleased, and I don't know if you can see here, some of them have gone through the other side. I think there was even one that directly hit the wall that was behind this, and you can see the dent in the wall. And if I'm to be bluntly honest, that's a concrete wall, G. So for it to dent concrete from 2 meters away with plastic pillars, it does say a lot. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It does say a lot about the overall performance of this gun. So yeah, man, like, I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for taking your time out and tuning into this channel. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and follow for more.
Off the 100 meters in school, still on the track. The only difference is these days I just rhyme. Course I know about pain, I was grown in pain. That taught me about strain, plus it built up my brain. Hustling, pure struggling, so work rate goes in. She questioned curiously about my figure. Baby, I don't go gym. I switched my stance, check me hood, claim I'm acting different. I kept on wishing, haters in the can just still bitching. Business partners and new deals, I stay pitching. Try draw me out, you drew yourself, nigga, I stay spliffing. Try box me and I'm boxed out like Rare Griffin. Family trauma, I let go. On my song drifting, too lit to. You can't phone me if it ain't commas. AMs, conspiracies, telling through my brad.